So there you are. You want to invest in assets that'll have your money grow for you and give you passive income, like stocks, mutual funds, gold, silver, cryptocurrency. But before you can invest in any of that stuff, you need an investment account. You can't just buy this stuff in your savings or checking account like you might write a check or use your debit card to buy groceries. You can't do that to buy a stock or mutual fund. You need a special type of account. But what kind of investment account do you need and how do you set it up? Let's break it down. You can go to a financial advisor to set up an investment account, but how do you know they're a good fit? I mean, the term financial advisor doesn't actually mean anything. It's not tied to any specific credentials. I've met a lot of people who call themselves financial advisors or financial planners who work for insurance companies, and they're limited in what financial products they can offer. So they might be great people, but they have to recommend products that aren't necessarily the best fit for their clients because that's all they're licensed to sell. And I know multiple people who have had their entire life savings stolen by the financial advisor that they liked and trusted. Fortunately, that's not the norm, and there are plenty of fantastic financial advisors out there. But even if you're working with an advisor, it's important to increase your own financial education and understand your investment strategy, because there's a difference between delegating and abdicating responsibility. When you're delegating, you're still in charge. You're still ultimately responsible, and you stay involved in the process, right? You learn along with the person you're delegating to. You're being a good steward of your money. But if you abdicate responsibility, you're removing yourself from that process. You don't really know what's going on, you don't learn, you aren't involved in the decision making, and that's when things can start to go sideways and you could be putting your money and your financial future at risk. If you want to manage your own investments, the best way to go is with an online brokerage like TD Ameritrade if you're in the United States, Questrade if you're in Canada, or Degiro if you're in Europe. You can Google best online brokerage plus your country to see some options. I use TD Ameritrade. I'm not affiliated with them or sponsored by them in any way. I just like their interface. I've had good experiences with their customer service, and they don't charge trading fees, so that totally works for me. Towards the end of this video, I'll show you a demo of step-by-step how to open a new account with TD Ameritrade so you can see how easy it is to set up an account like this. An online brokerage is sometimes called a discount brokerage because they're so much more cost-effective than traditional brokerages. With an online brokerage like this, you can buy and sell stocks, ETFs, mutual funds, and more in just moments with the click of a button. And where you might have had to pay up to $29 per trade in the past, most online brokerages these days have no trading fees, which is awesome. If that's not available in your country, don't sweat it. You can still use the strategy that I shared in video number 3 of my How to Make Passive Income e-course to get started until it makes sense to move your money to a brokerage. By the way, even though this totally works as a standalone video, this is video number 4 in the How to Make Passive Income e-course that I mentioned, which you can check out for fun and for free right here on YouTube. I'll post the link in the description in case you missed any of the earlier videos and you want to check them out. Or you can search Penelope Jane Smith on YouTube and look for that playlist on my channel. Once you choose an online brokerage to use, there are different types of investment accounts to consider. And you might want more than one depending on your situation. For example, there are different types of accounts that give you tax breaks when you're investing for retirement. In the United States, my favorite type of retirement account is a Roth IRA. If you're in Canada, my favorite is a TFSA, or tax-free savings account, which works basically the same way. And if you're in the UK, I believe the closest equivalent is an ISA, or individual savings account, that lets you invest in stocks and shares. What's nice about investing in a tax-sheltered retirement account is that you can get your money working harder for you, because some of the money that you would have given to the government in taxes goes back into growing your own money and your own assets instead. But regardless of where you live in the world and what types of tax-sheltered accounts you might have available, pretty much everyone can open up what's called an individual brokerage account. This account doesn't have any special tax advantages, but you can invest in stocks, mutual funds, etc. And there's no restrictions on when you can take your money out and no penalties for taking money out early. Like with an IRA, if you take money out before you're 59 and a half, you might have to pay taxes and penalties depending on what type of account you have. So let me show you how to set up a new brokerage account right now. I'm going to open my web browser and go to tdameritrade.com because I'm familiar with their platform and they have no minimum balance requirements or trading fees. Now, I'm not saying you need to open an account here. Any online brokerage account will work. Just try to avoid places with trading fees if possible because that's an unnecessary expense and more companies are moving away from charging those fees. I'm going to click Open New Account in the upper right of the screen. And in this case, I'm just opening a brokerage account with no special tax benefits. So I'm going to click Individual and open an individual account. And now I'm going to follow the prompts and fill out the information they're asking for so I can open the account. Where it asks me, how do you want to fund your account? I'm going to select Express Funding and click Continue. I'm going to scroll down to set up a one-time transfer. And in this case, I'm going to select checking since I plan to fund this account from my personal checking account. Under amount, I am going to start this account with $116. Why $116? The reason I'm doing that is because I got $16 in free stock when I opened an account with Webull and deposited $100 on their platform. Webull is another online brokerage, and I'll post the link in the description to that special deal. If you want to do what I did, you can get 2 free stocks worth all the way up to $1,850 when you deposit $100 on their platform. So I opened that account for the free stock, but for now, I'm going to stick with TD Ameritrade as my main brokerage account. Then down here, I'm going to fill out my bank information and click Continue. On the next page, they'll confirm my request and I'll click Continue again. And then on the Finalize Your Account page, I'm going to check the Cash Only Account button because I'm not interested in options trading with this account right now. And then I'm going to click Continue again and follow the prompts and click the appropriate buttons until I've finished the account setup process. And that's how you open an online brokerage account. So many people get stopped by the tech part. I thought it would be helpful to show you step by step how you can do this if you want to. Once you have your brokerage account set up and you have some money in there, your money's just sitting there as cash in your account. So the next step is to actually invest in something inside your brokerage account so you can get your money working and growing for you, right? How exactly do you do that? And what should you invest in? Join me in the next video and I'll break it down for you.